playing with us. Just on the ball and get a look. 2 11s at night, 187s in the daylight. Nigga, we just don't give a fuck. 2 11s at night, 187s in the daylight. Nigga, we just don't give a fuck. Niggas be trying to rep, and some fools be trying to buck. Well, the yacht type of niggas that just don't give a fuck about anything. What's happening, y'all? It's your boy Lil Yacht from UNLV, your white man. Welcome to my podcast, the Be Real 23 podcast, you see. Tell a friend about my podcast. Hit that like and subscribe button ASAP, you white man. Yo. I want to take it back to when we first met PMW. PMW was like the third artist signed to the Cash Money roster. I can remember Kilo, G, then us, and then PM. It was either Lil Slim or PMW, don't quote me. But when we met PMW, it was like meeting somebody that you really felt you knew because of his record already. His record was real hot. That passed that weed joint, you know what I'm saying? If y'all remember that, I got some red hair sets with some big old buzz and I keep a little skunk stash under my rugs, quarterback 20s, dimes and keys, rolling like a motherfucker, making them G's. Remember that shit there? Well, that was that was PMW. And that song was so hot until when we finally met him, we really thought we knew the dudes, you know what I'm saying? What I mean by it was hot. Before either of us got with Cash Money, we would be in a club, and PMW was one of the only rappers that music was being played local. That was a local artist, music being played everywhere, but you never saw him. You never knew who he was. You know what I'm saying? Well, we never knew he was from Uptown, and even though we used to go in places like Charlie's. It was Charlie's at the time, and he changed it to I think Big Man or something like that. But all the clubs downtown that we used to go to and perform before we really got on, we would hear that song. You know what I'm saying? That weed song, and it come to find out it was PMW, and he had got with Cash Money right after we did. So when we got with him, when we got there, we was at the studio. Matter of fact. When he first pulled up in there, he came in there, cool dude, you know what I'm saying? Older than us, you know what I'm saying? Deep ass voice, real talented, He was like talking about really, really talented. Like I say, older, he was in the crates, in what they would call going to the crates to get music. That's like old music. He knew all about that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about real music. And he was gifted to know how to put it in a hip-hop form. So a lot of older people drifted on to him as a hip-hop artist as well as people in his generation. That he have an anthem, he have a classic hit song. He's definitely a legend. That weed song surpassed a whole bunch of records. It broke records and all kind of shit. He was the first artist to actually talk about drugs, even though it was weed. It was the first artist promoting drugs, and people really bought into it. The significance of that weed song, it was like it was so live to if he remake it right now or put it back out right now, it'll be relevant, especially now that they legalizing weed and stuff like that in a lot of different states. So you bring that song out, just imagine the effect that it'll get. You know what I mean? If you market right. D, his name is D, you know what I'm saying? He was in a group actually with PMW, him and a guy called Freak Nasty from he's from New Orleans, but he live in Atlanta right now. Matter of fact, Freak Nasty is the guy that made that I forget and I'm totally sorry for disrespecting the man by forgetting the name of his song, but he have a bounce song from Atlanta that went platinum, you know what I'm saying? And he's actually from New Orleans, and his name is Freak Nasty. I can't remember the song, but him and Daryl there was a group called PMW, And they still are a group. Actually, they still active. They doing things, and I think they just put out an album. I don't know how much of the how what part of the process that the part of what part of their group that Daryl was playing, but I know Freak Nasty mainly doing all the rapping. Unfortunately, I just heard that Daryl had a heart attack. I don't know how serious it is or whatever, but I would ask for y'all to put him in y'all prayers. This recent, you know what I'm saying? It's like days ago. This just happened, So hopefully he get well and get better. Start back doing his music, you know what I'm saying? Because he, like I say, he put that song out again. It's all over. I promise you. And I tell him all the time, I know what that song would do if he just released it again. You know what I mean? I don't know his situation with Cash Money, if he owned the masters to it or not, or how that's going or whatever. But he has some hits. That was the classic. But besides that, PMW gave you songs like Alphabet Bitches, and he always repped the four wall real hard. Shouts out to the Iberville. He loved the Iberville. That's where he was from. He represented it. Well, actually, I learned it from the 7 wall, but he moved in the 4 wall. And he represented the Iberville to the fullest. One of the first bounce rappers from downtown out the Iberville to do what he did. Shouts out to Rod 49. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he knew about PMW because that was, in the same project. That's the same project they from. So, we can't forget about the ones that done it first. You know what I'm saying? That's legendary status, man. Believe that. But, yeah, dog, PMW, that was my dude. Old Daryl, man. Shouts out to my homie, bro. Praying for you, dog. I know you have a daughter in Houston, and I think you have one in New Orleans. But I know they praying for you as well, dog. You are a good dude. Give you your flowers while you're here. I had to. It ain't that I had to hear about the bad stuff to bring you up. It's just that I got so many helps, and it's kind of hard thinking about everything doing one thing, everything at one time. So just give it some time. You gonna hear about you gonna hear more about Pimp Daddy. You gonna hear more about Lil Slim. Hopefully I could get Lil Slim on here, and had Daryl PMW. I had him on here not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good, man. Shouts out to PMW, man. This is my up about my dude. Holla back.